There we go. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Wheel Life. My name is Tim. I'm a C5 quadriplegic. Since 2003, I do videos about living my best life with a spinal cord injury and all my paralyzed shenanigans. And I do a Quadcast pop-up panels. And today we have a guest with us. I guess you could call her a veteran quadriplegic. We'll bring up Deb here. Hey,
Hello.
Deb. How are you
Howdy.
today?
No, I can't complain.
Good. Deb, you're a quadriplegic. What's your level?
6, I would say. I
Okay.
5, 6, and 7 were involved, but pretty much the function I would say would be about a 6.
Okay. Um, Now, Deb, you were injured and you said 82.
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to tell your story of how that
Well,
happened?
yeah, it's pretty simple. Just I was in the wrong place at the wrong time, obviously. And those were the years that we didn't wear seat belts,
Uh-huh.
right? So we were out on the back roads in Mattapoisett, and I was at a house party, and we decided we needed to go to the little convenience store, or somebody needed cigarettes or something.
Uh-huh.
So we said, well, okay, we'll go. And I got in the back seat on the right side. My friend got on the left in the back. Then another girl was in the front, and then the driver, whose name, strangely enough, I don't think about this fella much at all. His name was Arnold. So we were going too fast around this cranberry bog. And my friend Tracy to my left, she warned him, you better slow down because of this turn. And I hadn't been on that road very much, so I was unfamiliar with it. But I remember looking to my left and seeing her say that to him. And that was it. We hit. And
Um, what
that's
did
all.
you what go ahead.
No, go ahead. You go ahead.
What did you hit?
It was actually 2 telephone poles. At the time they were replacing 1 telephone pole, which was actually quite close to the road anyway. And they strapped the new one on, and then what they do is they take the old one off and the new one's in place, but there was actually 2 strapped together. So I
Okay.
mean, it was right there. There was no missing that.
Right. And you said that was before the time of seatbelts.
Oh, well, we had seat belts, but we tucked them under. We tucked them away. No, nobody.
Like we used to do. Yep.
Yeah, no, we just did. It was the times.
Yeah. Um, Now, do you remember much after that, like of getting extracted, transferred to the hospital and things like that, or did you
I
just kind of wake
remember
up?
bits and pieces of it, and then some of my friends, like Tracy, who was next to me, she kind of filled me in on a few things. I know when the EMTs and all them came, they pretty much ripped the seat out because we were in a little Honda Civic,
Oh,
so they
okay.
just tore the seats out and threw them in the bogs to get to me. So
Oh
then
wow.
that to stabilize me. Um, I think I woke up just off and on during it. Um, and then I remember I think they sandbagged my neck and they drove me to Boston. So that's pretty much where I spent the bulk of everything. But I would say April through August.
Uh-huh. Now you
Hmm.
were in the hospital April through August.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was back before like modern technology,
Hmm.
um, like before, even cell phones.
Oh
Um,
God, no.
so
We still
so
had
how
rotary phones.
what did somebody call 911 near there, or do you know anything like that?
Well, there was a house right there, right at
Okay.
that corner. So they just went in there.
Oh wow. So
Yep.
um the other, like the driver and your friend with you, they were okay?
Yeah, the girl that was in the front seat, I think she hit the front windshield, and I think she got like the wiper blade through the chin.
Oh wow.
No, of course, the driver never gets hurt, right? I think they have the
That's the
seat.
way that's
Yeah,
the way it is.
the steering wheel. And then my friend to the left of me, she just kind of bruised her knees. I guess her knees were banged up a bit, but I
Uh-huh.
was the only one that really suffered the brunt of it.
Yeah.
because we would have hit the pole on the right side of the car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you
Do
know,
you
the
remember
right
like you said
of the
it's a Honda
grill.
Civic?
Yeah.
Now was there a lot of therapy that happened after that?
Well, there was a lot of stuff before because I developed blood clots.
Oh wow.
So before I ever had a fusion, I had to go in and they put what they call an umbrella.
Uh-huh.
It keeps any blood clots from breaking away and moving throughout the body. So that darn thing is actually still in there.
Oh
Hopefully
wow.
that's put. But then so they put that in. And then I guess it was a month after my injury that I had the fusion. So
So your neck was broke for a month before they
oh
fixed
yeah,
it?
well I was in traction.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Dickerson. Blake, do a quick say
And
hello.
that's just so barbaric because you've got, I don't know how much it weighs, but it's stuck in your head over
Yeah.
the end of the bed, keeping your neck straight as, you know, elongated as much as it can. So then I had the fusion, which they like do for everybody else. They take some of your hip,
Yep.
put that in there. Of course, I got a little metal.
That's
And then,
exactly what they did.
yeah. So then after that, the therapy began more. And then I got the neck brace and actually got a halo vest. That was one of the worst. Have you seen them?
Yeah.
Oh,
My mom's second husband
yeah.
was in an accident. He was showing me pictures. But I've seen video and things like that of like the halo and stuff.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, just saying a quick hello to everyone. Excuse me. Everyone, this is Deb. Deb was injured. And if anybody's new tuning in, Deb was injured in an auto accident in 1982. And we're just chit-chatting about our lives as quadriplegics. You have a halo, right, Mitch? Sure you do, buddy.
Ah,
A crooked one, right? So, what when you came out of the hospital to go home,
yeah.
they have to do like home modifications and things like that.
Oh, God. Well, I lived on a second floor of a tenement way down in the
Oh,
South
wow.
End. So, no, we had to leave. You know, we had to buy a house. So, you know, my grandparents were helpful in that. They let us, you know, help with the down payment. So that was, we bought a ranch, which was all one level. I
Right.
lived at home with my parents. My brother was already old enough and he was out of the house. So then we moved. So then it was getting that house ready. So it was a lot. You know, it
Yeah.
was a long road.
It is, man. When somebody's injured, there's a lot of changes that.
Yeah. It's just a terribly life-altering thing that you either survive or you don't, or you just sort of flounder. I don't know. Everybody's different.
Yep,
Everybody's
you're right.
situation is different. So
How old were you when the accident happened?
2021.
Okay. And if anybody has any questions, you're more than welcome to ask. I may not get to it right away, so if I do miss it, because sometimes the comments kind of go quick, just pop it in the chat again. You're more than welcome. Now, when you had to, because I have my cell phone, I actually didn't have one when I was first injured, so it was a lot of portable phones and things like that, and a lot of like yelling if I needed help. How did you get somebody to help out? And did you have like
Like at
care
night
teams?
or something? You mean at night?
Yeah, like if you needed help or if you needed a drink of water and you couldn't do it, or were you able to do things like that on your own?
Well, I lived at home, so I think what we did was like would put like actually, when I came home from the hospital, the what they called like the over the bed tables, I had
Okay.
that. I came home with that, so I just had the water pitcher that I came home with, so I
Okay.
used that. And you know, being home, and then eventually my parents went back to work, so I was alone during the day. So you have to figure out how to do things yourself
Yep.
in order to be alone. And, my mother would set up some stuff as she, that she could. And then, of course, like I said, it's best if you can do some things on your own. Helps if you're a stubborn mule.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't
And
let
that
things
in
hold you back.
itself is therapy, because that's, what do they call that? Activities of daily living.
Yep. Did you have a decent amount of movement at first, or were you pretty like when you
Um,
first came home and stuff, like were you able to do a lot of things for
I
yourself?
wouldn't, yeah, I would just say that whatever I had, and then that was just learning to use that and get stronger.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't go a year and say, I have this, wow, my feet are moving now. This is Deb, yep.
Yep. Deb. Yep. Deb's always in the chat. Finally
Mitch,
got
Mitch.
go ahead.
No, I was done, really.
And then you said, we talked just a minute beforehand, but you said you first had like a conversion van?
Yeah, I had a full size. It was a 40 Econoline.
Okay.
And
Yep.
in those days they raised the roof,
Yep.
So I had that adapted, and that at that time, and they did it in Connecticut. And I guess, it was pretty cool. I enjoyed it, but I didn't enjoy it as well. It was scary. The nice thing about being in the full-size van, you sat up higher. So
Yeah.
your visibility was awesome.
Yep. I had one of those briefly. I actually was going to make it into a van with a lift, but things didn't work out with that one as much. And I
Yeah.
ended up finding one shortly after. It was a
Yeah.
Dodge Caravan that actually had its own ramp with it. And
Mhm.
that I ended up getting rid of the conversion van before I did anything with it. But the model of Caravan was didn't last too long, because living in the north, you get a lot of snow and salt.
Yeah.
It rusts out really fast. So that's the only bad part about having a lower vehicle, especially in our winter times. I don't know. Do you guys get a lot of snow in your?
Oh yeah.
Now, do you want to
Correct.
say where you're from and around?
Me?
Yeah.
Where I'm from?
Yes.
Where I'm down on the South Coast.
Okay.
Mhm.
Of
Massachusetts.
okay.
I'm an hour south of Boston.
Okay.
So you were asking me where Salem was, and I was going to look to see where it was compared to here, but I never get around to it.
Oh no, that's all right. So yeah, like winters are rough up this way, and like I said, that van didn't last a whole. It was probably had that van 4 years before the bottom rusted out, which it was like an earlier or mid-90s model Caravan, but I was lucky to score the one I did recently, so I'm going to try to take the best care. I get it undercoated and all that stuff. So.
Oh yeah, right, yeah. Well, I think the early ones, they just were new at it, and they had a lot to learn, because I had a Ford minivan, and the bottom rotted out on it, and then the door wouldn't open.
Yep.
That was on its way out. So it was the same idea as what you're talking about.
And is that the van you drove for a while?
I had I've had 3 altogether, but I don't want any more right now. The last one I had, it was the Dodge, and I think what happened was we got rear-ended one day pretty bad, and it was never right after that. I had so much trouble. The air conditioning didn't work right anymore, and because I got it I got it underneath. And so ever since then, the door wouldn't open, and it wouldn't coordinate with the ramp, and then the kneeling. And they said, oh, that we can't find anything wrong with it. So rather than keep it any longer, I sold it back to them and got what I could for it. And strangely enough, it was only like a week before COVID.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I wouldn't have missed it anyway. So.
And then now you have helpers that come in and out and help you during the day.
Yep.
Okay. Do you have just one helper?
Yes.
Okay.
I know that's living dangerously, but we like it that way, and she
No,
like
hey,
she likes it that way because she says, if you get somebody in here, they're gonna goof everything up on me.
yeah, mess up all her system, your guys' system.
Yeah, her system. Yeah.
Yep. And then like being a quad, everybody
Hey, Mitch.
Massachusetts, they get snow and cold.
Hey,
Yeah.
Christian. How's your little black kitty doing? Mine's right. Oh, she's gone. She was here on the bed with me.
You have a giant microphone, gotcha. That's
Ah.
funny. Now I recently got a Roho cushion because I was
Yeah.
making a cushion, like you guys know. And
Yeah.
so can I ask what cushion you use?
It's a Rojo.
Oh, is it? Okay.
That's
Like the
all I've
regular.
had. That's all I've had is Rojos.
I
Yeah.
wish I would have went that route years and years ago.
Yeah. Well, I'm surprised they didn't give it to you when you got in therapy, because that's what they gave me right from the get-go.
Yep. I think they started me out on a J cushion.
Yeah.
And I was getting like little like lines of sores behind the backs of my quads, I guess. A little bit above my knees. And so I ended up using like my own model, whatever, for however many years. And it just every day would be like pain. I'd start sweating and it sucked.
Oh, yeah. When you start sweating, you know you got troubles.
Yep. I love black kitties. Any special adaptive tools you use? I mean, other than like your chair and things?
I have a cuff that I use to brush my teeth.
Uh-huh.
And I, believe it or not, I use a button hook to change my colostomy pouch.
Okay.
Because it has the little loops on it that I pull it off with.
Awesome.
Yeah,
and you were talking that you can change your own colostomy bag. Actually, Deb was one of the kind of helping factors when I was deciding to do mine. She was very helpful in helping me make that decision as well. And just kind of being a cheerleader for me also, and just kind of, pointing me in the right direction on what to do and what to look out for and things like that. How long ago, or how long have you had yours? When, like, what year do you remember?
2006, I think.
Okay.
In like October. But it was a matter of just total discomfort. I had to do something.
Yep.
And I never really knew that I could be as independent as I would be. But once I bought the closed end pouches that are just disposable, you just take it off, clean around that. I mean, you can fuss with it as much as you want. You pop that back on and bingo, you're done.
Yeah.
It's a total game changer.
It is. Yeah. For any quads out there that are having issues with, doing your bout routine and things like that, it definitely, you're right, it is a game changer. And it gives you so much time and freedom and things like that,
Yeah. Oh my God. I mean, I watched 15 minutes as opposed to 3 hours. It's just no comparison.
A lot of digging and a lot of, I had to do some laxatives and things like that. And I was a wreck after.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And you can't eat this and too much of that. I mean, don't eat too much cheese.
Yeah.
And we all love cheese.
Yep. Cheese is where it's at.
Cheese.
Hey, Norm.
Cheese. Hi, Norm.
Yeah, Deb's awesome. Just got here. What's the game changer? We're talking about colostomy bags, Norm, at the moment. Deb has made very.
You know what? One thing that they never suggested to me long ago was the suprapubic for the catheter. And I'm sorry that they didn't, because it might have changed things. I don't know, but my bladder, so I like I told you, I had to have it removed because it was just a catheter was lasting a week.
Right.
It was no good, and I was having pain and discomfort. So that's when I had that removed, and so I have the other pouch as well. So
do you remember what year you had your bladder removed? Which I didn't even know you could do that.
2014.
Oh, okay. So it's been
Well, I
about
know a quad years ago who had it done, and it sounded like so radical.
it does.
It does. It sounds horrible, but it's good for me. So it worked out. I'm not sorry that I did it. I mean, I could have been on my way to bladder cancer. Actually, they did what they call a cystoscopy, and there was the beginning of a lesion inside the bladder.
Oh wow. So
Yeah.
that's what I had back in, I couldn't even tell you the year, 06, 07 maybe.
Yeah.
And I had like 7 bladder stones, like the size of, like, I don't know if you can imagine rabbit poop or whatever.
Oh,
How
yeah.
they got there, how long they were there, I don't know. I drank well water my whole life, so it could have been from that. I drank a lot of sodas, it could have been from that. Pop for like the for everybody from PA, we call it pop. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, same with kidney stones. I'm just like a stone maker, and I had a
Huh?
cystoscopy. Yep, and I don't know. I'm having lots of problems with UTIs left and right.
Yeah. Yes.
So I try to
Yeah.
drink more, trying to intake my water as of
Huh.
lately.
My doctors were never firm believers in giving me medication either. They weren't quick to give me any.
Really,
So it's hard.
a lot of AD.
I mean, you were talking about that D-mannose and stuff, right?
Uh-huh.
Something to keep anything sort of kind of slide through.
Yep.
Hmm.
D-mannose is a pill. It's like a cranberry and dandelion, like kind of extract or whatever they want to call it. They comes in a pill form. I've been taking that recently as another quad recommended.
So you
D-mannose.
are taking it.
What's that?
You are taking it?
I have been. That and another cranberry supplement. And I try to drink as James Purdue, the professor of perseverance,
Mhm.
recommended comfort tea, another um, paraplegic or quadriplegic. Maybe he said he either came up with it or is like a partner in that tea. But it has like different like extracts or roots or whatever,
Mhm.
like the all natural good
Something to
stuff.
soothe it. Maybe something to
Could be
soothing.
like green tea is like good for you. I don't know. I didn't read a whole lot about it. I just kind of took his advice because he said it really worked for him. So
Hmm.
I've been trying to drink a little bit of that here and there. Yeah, Norm, I recommend it. The colostomy bag, if that's what you're referring to.
You
Yeah,
came through it very quickly. You did well.
yeah. My
I don't think
knock
I
on wood,
recovered.
I do heal well. Sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to
No,
cut
I
you
don't think I recovered as well as quickly. But me and here we're talking a few years difference between us as far as maybe the surgery they've, you know,
right.
come up with something, a better procedure or.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Mm.
But I was having issues with I did have a breakout around my stoma where the my belly butthole is, where you put the wafer on. It was sticky, and you put a barrier in between you and your skin, or the wafer and your skin. And I think I was having an allergic reaction to that, so I had to quit using that barrier wipe.
Yep. You learn as you go along, right?
Yeah, yep, definitely do. Same with being a quad. There's so much to learn, and same
Oh,
with
yeah.
philosophy. Yep,
Yeah. Yeah, you go along, you'll say, why didn't I think of that before?
exactly. Do you remember your first bout with like autonomic dysreflexia?
Well, that probably was usually related to bladder problems. If there was sediment that wouldn't go through,
Uh-huh.
so you're blocked off. But I don't, I can't say I really get that anymore. I mean, I still get AD if something else is wrong. You have to go move your bowels and you're all backed up, but
Right, right.
I don't get that terrible profuse AD anymore. No.
Yeah, it's no fun. Definitely no fun.
Oh no, that's awful, especially when you get it. I mean, it was so bad that I'd have to call Tracy in the middle of the night, and then the visiting nurse would come in here at 2 o'clock in the morning, and we're changing a catheter.
Oh
But I've
wow.
only had a week, so it's just so
So
that's
when
how
you got
that.
your go ahead.
Well, that's how that played out.
Now when you got your bladder removed, was that Was that a long recovery as well?
Well, it wasn't pleasant. I don't know which was worse. I say it was probably a little more involved because they take the bladder out and then they have to reroute those ureters.
Right.
And then, of course, now again, they have to pull some of the intestine out and then they connect them with like a surgical staple. So it's actually another stoma on either side. I was joking with the doctor. I said, I'm dual exhaust.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it's like another stoma.
Yeah, it is. It's no fun.
No, AD is terrible, especially if you can't find the source, and you're
Yeah.
all alone.
Yep. They say check for wrinkles, check your toes, check your feet, check your bladder, check your bowels. And that's, then go from there. You Botox your bladder.
Oh yeah, Botox. Now that's something new. I've never really heard of that, but was that just relaxes it?
I think it like lets your sphincter muscle tighten up a little bit tighter, as I
Oh,
think. I had Sarah said dual exhaust. Yeah, it's another thing you have to have is a good sense of humor when you're, when you're a pair or quad and deal with or anybody really needs to have a good sense of humor. But there's something else I was going to talk about. Whoa.
well, right now I have a power chair. We're allowed a chair for like 5 years.
Oh,
And
okay.
then Medicare
Yep.
allows a new one. So in maybe a year, I would, due for another one. And I'm thinking maybe by now it'd be time for a tilt chair because
Yeah,
there
I
are times when it would feel really good.
Yep. And you get that pain relief or that pressure relief. And
Yeah.
uh, I have issues when I get up with dizziness, and then
Oh yeah. Oh
I have to
yeah.
tilt back real fast. So yep, that definitely works. Well
Does
for
it
that.
help you? I find too if I lean forward and put pressure on my stomach, my diaphragm. You
Oh,
know,
okay.
almost like they tell you, you're dizzy, put your head between your knees.
Yep.
That kind of works for me.
Chairs must have really changed so much since the 80s. Yeah, how was that?
Yeah, well, I had the first chair I had was a manual chair. I didn't get a power chair till I got my minivan.
Okay.
But no, the chair I had was actually kind of I want to say a predecessor to the Quickies. It was it was a new style for the time. So it was actually kind of ahead of its time.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was just talking to Kristen last night, and I was showing her that there's manual chairs with like bars that you push and pull, and it's like the
Oh yeah.
new Air 3. I thought about maybe trying one of those
Yeah.
and seeing, how I do with one of those.
Yeah, I've seen them. There's all kinds of stuff now, those power assists and stuff that you
Yep,
can put in
those as
there.
well.
Oh yeah. That would build up the upper deltoids there
Most
and
definitely.
yeah. Yeah, because
Roll.
it's hard to keep your weight level when you're in a power chair. It's another story altogether.
I agree. You'd almost have to intermittently fast, or it's just really hard to keep that quad belly,
Yeah.
away.
Oh God, yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
the way I snack
Ah,
in Bacare roll.
yes. Oh yeah, it's terrible. It really is. It sucks. I don't know. I snack too. I mean, like last night when I went to bed, I had I measure. So Tracy gave me a half a cup of Edie's vanilla caramel swirl.
Oh, nice.
So that was my treat last night.
Well, you have to treat yourself.
Well, of course you do.
You only live once. You get that one round, and you got to make the best of it.
Yes. And as far as drinking, I used to drink a lot more than I do now. I mean, it was even a problem to the point that I actually had fallen out of my chair.
Oh,
But
wow.
I'm getting too old for that. And I've seen the problems it can cause for people. And it's like, come on, wake up, stupid. You're on the backside of 50. You can't keep doing this. And the older I got, I didn't feel good after. It was harder to recover.
Yeah.
I mean, I was bad. It was bad. So now if I have anything, I'll have like maybe some wine every other weekend, and I just enjoy watching a movie and just hanging out by myself.
Yep. Yeah, they say wine's not bad for you. It can be what do they say? It's like I don't know. I guess not bad for you, but
Yeah, well, moderation, Tim, like everything, right?
yep, definitely moderation for sure.
Yep.
I even have an alarm set to drink water during the day.
Yeah.
That's how bad I am. Here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Anything else? Anybody have any questions?
Yeah, if you guys have any questions, you're more than welcome to ask. Now's the time. Hey, Dallas County. They really drill us in nursing school to keep people active. Yeah, definitely range of motion and any
Yeah.
way you can get up and get some exercise, you got to do it.
Yeah.
Keep those pressure sores. You don't want to run into those troubles either. Did you ever have any issues with those? Like
What's
pressure?
that?
Like a
Pressure?
pressure sore? Yeah.
Well, not really. I can say that I have not had any problems in my 38 years
Good.
that I haven't been able to get through. So I've been fortunate that way. I guess I have enough padding on my backside.
That's not a bad thing.
No.
I had one when I was in like the traction when I was first injured.
Yeah.
For like that first month, it was like I couldn't move, and I had one on my tailbone, and it took a good year to get rid of with like the creams and all that stuff that they make you use, and that was no fun.
It's unfortunate that those things happen to people when they're in rehab. It shouldn't.
Do you have any
Does she
future
ask me if
plans?
I have any future plans?
Yeah, with COVID and things messing things up, or anything you're looking forward to?
Well, COVID actually, I haven't been bothered by it because I'm sort of I don't mind being alone, and I don't drive anymore. I'm in a condo with other folks.
Right.
We range in age from, different ages. So I do see my friends in the building. So I don't know. I'm trying to think of, well, my plans now are just I get my windows cleaned by the I gotta have somebody come. They're coming in October, and then Tracy's husband is coming to put in some stripping around my windows to keep the drafts out and stuff. So just stuff around the house.
That's awesome.
Just
That he helps you as well.
buttoning up the winter.
Hey, Canoe Hound. Doing well. Yeah, you definitely winter's tough too, especially not being able to get out and about and get that sunshine.
Yeah.
So
Well, we were lucky last year. We didn't get diddly squat.
good.
Yeah.
That's good.
But we may pay for it this year.
Yeah, right. The way this year is going for sure.
Oh, 2020. Oh my God. Who'd have thunk, huh?
Right.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
What was your inspiration after the accident? This is for you. This is your real life. My inspiration was kind of myself, really, just pushing myself to get better, to get out of the hospital, and a lot of my friends like kind of were not so much my inspiration, but my motivation. They didn't let me, get down about things. They kept me laughing, and so question: did you have any inspirations right after your accident, Deb?
Inspirations, me? I don't know, with survival, I guess.
Yep.
You had no choice. You were stuck in that body, and you had to make the most of what you had and go on. I mean, I wouldn't want to ever go back to that time.
Yeah.
But you see what you can become And, of course, I had a lot of people around me that got me through it. Physically, anyway. Emotionally, I don't think people really can relate to you because it's just such a traumatic thing.
Right.
So.
Yeah, Mitch said, "I'm officially in love with this woman. What a great person. Wishing the best."
Yes, we always we say, Mitch.
Hey, Mitch. Yeah, Mitch.
Oh, I'm from Boston, but the winter scared me.
Yeah, she's from.
Yeah, it can be cold, but up here in New England, we deal with it all the time, so we have the machinery to clean it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, my brother lives in Seattle, and they get 1 inch and they're paralyzed.
You're right. No pun intended.
Right. Of course, I came from Canada too, so we walked to school with 3 feet of snow. We were tough little cookies.
Thanks, Dallas. Appreciate that. Yeah, good. Stories of pulling through, and good stories rather than all the the bad stories out there now. So.
Well, there's a lot of terrible things I could say that have happened because of other people and stuff, but that's behind me now. So.
Yeah.
I've had some bad AIDS. I've had great AIDS. I've had more good than bad.
That's awesome. Yeah, I can say the same. There's been a few bad eggs, but I think that's pretty common. With anything really, that good help is hard to find.
Yes, and unfortunately, it's a trial and error type of thing, and there's so much involved because you've got personalities that maybe clash.
Thanks, Kristen. Not a question, but a compliment. You're both great on educating all of us, helping with recent injuries. Never stop.
Well, that's Tim's doing.
Sarah, she's from Massachusetts. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was born in Fredericton. So, capital of New Brunswick. Yep.
Nice. I did not know that.
Yeah. I still miss it. It's still in my heart. It's still part of me.
That's cool.
Yeah. If I was able-bodied, I probably might like to go back.
It looks like beautiful country up in there.
It is.
I like the Northeast. The Northeast is beautiful up there, like Maine and things.
Oh yeah, Maine. Yeah.
Have you been up there?
Oh well, we kind of used to pass by Maine. That was always our long part of the drive. When after I lived down here, we would go back to visit my grandparents, and that was the long part of the ride. My father would always say, "If you got to go to the bathroom now, go." Because in those days there were, the outhouses there on the side of the roads. They didn't have a lot of hojos or whatever they were at the time.
They really had outhouses on the side of the road?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Hey, I got no shame. I'd use one.
Well, you got to hold your nose.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I could imagine. I guess that's no different than a porta-john these days. So.
No, I guess not. But my father was a great fan of Maine. He would go up in his camper and then just stop in the different coastal areas. Oh, I don't have a YouTube channel there. I'm here with Tim.
She's mainly just a watcher.
But I'm a piggybacking off of Tim. I started watching Tim about a year ago.
Yeah. Yep.
I didn't realize you had just started back then.
Yeah. I had thought about it years ago, and I honestly wish I would have.
Yeah.
I just think of all the people I could have helped out, with all the, the things I know, and like the people that I've had on, and the others that help too. So.
Yeah.
Was my accident the reason?
It's good because it's a community that everybody can help each other, and we can learn from each other.
Yeah.
The other one too, that what is it? That peer group. Bathrooms in the middle of nowhere.
They still have them in Canada. That's awesome.
I still have. Okay. Yeah. What was I saying now? What was I saying? That's
about having YouTube channels and.
Yeah, no, and then that peer group, what is it, the spinal cord? What is it? Are
Yeah,
you
Spinal
in,
Cord Injury
are you,
USA,
are you
and there's
subscribed to that?
yes, and then there's the peer support one. I'm
Yes.
on that one as well.
So those are very helpful.
Yes, they are definitely. If you're any quads out there, you're on Facebook. Look up Spinal Cord Injury USA, and then Spinal Cord Injury Peer Support, I think, is the other one. I know Sarah's in there as well. She's not a
Mhm.
quad, but she is a carer or a care attendant with
Yep.
to a few of them. So
Yep.
shout out to the awesome care attendants out there as well. And I'd like to have her on, hopefully next week to talk about care
Yeah.
attending. If you want to, I don't know if that's the right word to say, but not too late. Yeah, definitely. Do you have any advice on fighting any kind of depression or anything, Deb?
Oh God, that's a tough one. I
It
find that
is.
if I'm having a physical ailment, then the depression comes in.
I agree.
You know, that's holding you back physically. Um,
Like the day,
that's been a sort of an uphill battle for me. I mean, I do take something just to sort of keeping me even. Not it's not a mood stabilizer or anything, but I think it helps with pressure. Like I've had a lot of pressure in family regards. Like last year, my father passed away, so it was all signing him into the nursing home, selling the house, just big responsibilities for a quadriplegic to have to handle. And it was just a lot.
right?
Yeah.
Hey, Trey the Beast. Yeah.
Trying to find help, trying to find help for psychological or depression is not easy.
Yeah. Injury or not,
Oh.
disability or not, it's tough.
Well, it
I
helps,
agree.
if they have some knowledge of spinal cord injury because you're going to identify with somebody better.
Yeah, that's true.
They should maybe the best way to do it is say, here's my wheelchair, sit in it for a week and then tell me how I feel.
Yeah, right. Don't move a muscle.
Right?
Most wouldn't last an hour.
No.
And marijuana. That is a good one. Cannabis has definitely helped through the years. I was an avid user early on in life, and I still, it's kind of more recreational, but anymore it's more medical only because
Yeah.
it helps with things like that, like at
Yeah.
night helping sleep and things like that,
Mm-hmm.
and some wine, yeah, weed and wine.
Oh, I used to have that when I was younger and just damn it'll give you the giggles.
Yeah, sure does. That's
Giggle
awesome.
weed. Oh my God. Terrible. But it was fun.
Yep, some of the best
Oh,
times, man.
I remember we were sitting in the car, we just had some and we just happened to have a package of Pringles. So
Nice.
somebody had a bright idea, like, how many Pringles can you fit in your mouth at once?
That's awesome.
Oh, it was so funny.
And then you do like the two Pringle and the duck beak, and
Yeah.
yep,
Yes, yes, that's good.
that's great.
Yep.
Do you have any like hobbies that like are you into crafting or anything like that? Painting?
Well, I used to paint in the
Dev-
90s mostly, but now that I live here, I've only painted maybe three or four because living alone, it's just, I don't have the time.
right, right.
Um, but I'm trying to simplify my life right now. So there's not so much to do around here, and then maybe I can get back into it. Like, for example, I have a bunch of videos, and there's some things on there that I don't want to lose. So I have a gadget to transfer them to a DVD.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's something I want to work on, and then toss that and
Right.
all that. So it's just like simplifying like that.
Yeah, it's nothing wrong with downsizing. Yeah, I actually do that still. I'll put a couple
Well,
Pringles or a couple Lay's in it.
well, they're always good in the sandwich too, right?
Yep. Damn bug. Deb, what advice do you have for the wife that has a severe depression?
Yeah, yes. This person's wife has depression. Is that it?
Yeah, that's what he's asking.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, it is
It's
kind of hard to give
very
that.
tough. Just speaking from my own experience, you think you've got it licked and then it comes back. It's almost like this wave that comes back. And sometimes it's like, you might not be in it. And it's like, oh no, when is it going to hit again? I don't know if some of us are some of us are just physically prone to it.
Yeah.
And of course, being in the chair, I suppose that doesn't help. I wish I had a better answer, but
Yeah, it is a tough to give it depression advice. I
the
mean, it's all
medication I take just pretty much keeps the chemicals in the brain on an even keel. So if I am feeling stressed and then I get out of whack with those whatever's up there, it keeps them. Oh, fresh air, definitely.
Yep, a good walk or a roll in the woods.
Yeah. Sometimes if I'm down like that, I get almost reclusive though too. I turn inward.
Yep. You kind of hide more than you want to get out.
Yeah, because where I live, I'm pretty much the only one like that. So
Laughter too, definitely laughter. Like you said, you got to have a good helper that can keep you laughing and have fun with.
Debbie's been injured for 38 years.
Yeah, she was injured in 82.
Yes.
Before we wind it down, is there any advice you have to somebody that's newly injured?
Well, it's a good time to be injured, I guess, if you're going to get injured, because there's so much more available, technology-wise.
That's true.
Therapy-wise, I mean, the stand-in tables and things now, they're a lot easier to use.
Yeah, the standing chairs too.
It's just a lot more items and things available. So that's at least good.
Yeah, and like Alexa and all that stuff.
That makes your journey a little less difficult.
Yeah.
And you can reach out and contact other people much easier.
Yep.
To your peer, support. There was really none of that in my day. None of it.
Well, I'm glad you have it now, and I'm glad we all have it. I'm glad that there's new technology and new adaptive equipment coming out all the time.
Yeah.
And new medical
procedures. They put more money into a cure than all the.
Right.
I've been waiting for many years. There's going to be a cure. But it's always 10 years down the road.
Yep. I agree. They just keep saying.
So I gave up. I gave up just waiting for that and just get on with my life.
Yep. That's what you got to do. I mean, until it's there, you just got to keep pushing. Literally.
Yeah, even if it's there, we're not going to get up and say, Yahoo!
Fast chair.
We'll have a lot of work.
Time does fly, for sure.
We'll have a lot of therapy. Even if I could use my hands and little bits at a time would be good, right?
Yeah. Yep. That's definitely true. I remember when I only had my left arm and I had to hold my hand. I had to text with my chin by pushing the buttons, and I would actually get little calluses on my chin from pushing the buttons. Like I actually got pretty quick with it too.
Yeah.
Take an aspirin. Call me tomorrow. Got to run. Thanks, Mitch. Thanks for hanging
Bye,
out.
Mitch.
You have a good day.
Bye, Mitch.
Hey, what's up, Joe? Live life, can't wait for it. Yeah, maybe stem cells. I actually had 2 rounds that helped me a little bit. Not as much as I would have hoped, but, I'm glad I did it. I'm not, no regrets or anything, but might go for a 3rd round, eventually. But
Since you've had your surgery, have you changed your diet much?
The colostomy?
Yeah.
Um, not really. I've increased my water a decent
Oh, that's
amount.
good. Huh?
Yeah, that's good in any sense. But so much my diet, not well, yeah, I guess I eat a little more salads than I did before.
Mhm.
I've been trying to eat a little more healthy than not. But I don't eat a lot of fast food. I mean, other than like I'll stop at Taco Bell. Like if I go to the dentist one day or something, I'll have to swing by Taco Bell. But so have you had Taco Bell yet? You said you never tried it
I
until
never have.
wow.
No. One of these
Well,
days, I got to put that on my bucket list, huh?
yeah, I recommend it. I know Kristen will recommend it. But yeah, if you ever go
Well,
there,
I like
just reach
cheese,
out.
so if I like cheese, I can't go wrong, right?
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that. I recommend the chicken quesadilla. It's a little spicy, but you can get it with like half the they
Mhm.
call it like jalapeno cheddar cheese or something, but I get it with like half sometimes, but you gotta double that meat.
I was always a fan of chili cheese dogs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. Hey, you too, Mitch. Just have to get really pissed. Yeah. Taco Bell.
Oh, that's my homework. Oh, that's pretty good homework.
There you go.
Yeah, when Tracy comes in at night or something, I'll have her try it,
Yeah, you
go.
should.
Because right now I'm on like a KFC kick.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And you sent me that gift card, right, to Taco Bell, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And I used it right away. Quite a bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Oh,
was
yeah. That
thank
stupid
you again for that.
2020 card didn't bring anybody any luck, did it?
Yeah. Yep.
Eee.
Thank you again for that. That was awesome. Since both of your actions do use parts of your brain you haven't used before. I don't use my full brain anyway, man.
Well, maybe our certain other senses, maybe our hearing and stuff. I think your hearing maybe.
Yeah, they say lose one scent, you gain another. I honestly think I did gain a little bit of other senses with
Mhm.
hearing and my sight, maybe a little bit, without going into too much spiritual sense. But yeah, I guess my hearing is a little bit better, but I have selective hearing.
Yeah. Well, you're a man, right? You have to.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you have any videos that you're planning?
I wanted to do, like I said, another quadcast about like care attendants and things like that, and have Sarah on and talk to her about that.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to do a couple other spinal cord injury. Um, I was gonna do a one with like about older adaptive equipment, like the first wheelchair way back in the day. I thought about doing a video about that. I don't know if I'll do it or not, but I'd like to. This damn bug would leave me alone. But if anybody ever has any recommendations, you're welcome to always shout them out.
You have nice areas to just go for a ride.
Yeah, yeah. I'm lucky I have my 4x4 chair.
You've got beautiful land down there and open and
Yeah, I love our lake too.
I think my father was born in Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. That's
So
awesome.
yeah. You ever do that one of those DNA tests?
I have not.
Yeah, I did.
Did you?
Yeah, and every once in a while they'll send you an update like they've tweaked it.
I was actually talking to Kristen the other night about that. That I haven't taken mine, but where did it say you were mostly from? Like
Primarily British,
oh, okay,
that Scotland, that kind of stuff, and
nice.
then the smaller portions are Germanic, and so.
By 60. Oh wow.
1655.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Especially self-propelled.
How?
Kristen said, Deb, me too.
Oh.
After having broken his back. Oh, okay.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. See, that's kind of why I wanted to talk about it, because like it kind of in a way fascinates me in a little bit of a sense, but maybe other people out there might enjoy it as well.
It's kind of funny though, because they used to say that before like World War II, people didn't survive things like spinal cord injuries.
Yeah. Yep. It was a very low number that
Yeah.
lived, much past their injury with all the
Mhm.
other things that came along with it. Those old, yeah, more metal for sure. New cars are mostly plastic. But I want to say thank you,
Oh.
Deb, for being on with me.
Mhm.
You're welcome on anytime as well. And naughty. But thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us and for the questions and just being here. And I want to say, hopefully, you guys have an awesome day. And Deb, thank you again for being on. And we'll talk to you
Fun.
soon.
It was fun.
Awesome. Have a good day.
Okay, you too.
Talk
Bye-bye.
to you soon. Bye. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out today. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you to Deb, and hopefully we'll see you guys soon. Have a good one. Bye, guys.